Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Mac Tutorials. My name is Arnav. In today's video we will discuss about the velocity triangle of a centrifugal pump. Same like we discussed the velocity triangle of a turbine, right? So why we study velocity triangle? Because we have to calculate the work done by velocity triangle, and so for that it is very essential to know the all inlet and outlet velocities and their relations through curved vanes of centrifugal pump. So I am making a centrifugal pump. So this is my centrifugal pump's impeller, alright, and I'm making this is curved vanes. This is my curved vanes, alright. This is curved vanes on centrifugal pump. Through this water passes, and there are many curved vanes, but I am making single curved vane to understand the velocity triangle. Okay, let assume this is the center of this impeller. So this is, let's say, radius r1, and this is, let's say, radius r2. Alright, water striking, let draw a tangent on this inlet of this curved vane. So water striking at an angle of 90 degree with this tangent, this with velocity v1, which is absolute velocity of water at inlet. This water striking in such a way that it also making an angle of 90 degree with its tangential velocity u1. So we are naming this angle as alpha, which is 90 degree. And after completing this triangle, we are getting another component of velocity, which is vr1, which is relative velocity of this water at inlet, which is relative velocity of water at inlet. All right, this angle is theta. All right, this is all about inlet. Before moving further, I want to tell you that this water striking with velocity v1 at inlet, and this is making an angle of 90 degree with this tangent at inlet of curved vane. So this is not an any angle, but at 90 degree angle. So if suppose this will striking at angle of theta, we don't know what is this angle, 90 degree, 45 degree, we don't know. This angle must be anything rather than 90 degree. Alright, if this angle is theta, then this velocity will have two component. One is tangential, which is vw, and one is vertical, which is vf, which is called flow velocity, and vw is whirl velocity. Whirl velocity is nothing but the tangential component of an absolute velocity of water striking at the inlet of the uh, turbine, or leaving the inlet of the curved vane, or leaving the curved vane with this velocity. All right, but here is making a 90 degree angle. So in this case, vw1, in this case vw1 must be 0 theoretically. All right, now this is all about inlet. Now come to outlet. Let's assume this impeller is rotating anti-clockwise. So in this case, water leaving this curved vane with velocity v2, velocity v2, velocity v2, and we can see that this is making an angle, let's say beta, with this tangent on this curved vane. So this will surely have an tangential and vertical component. This is vertical component vf, this is tangential component vw2 or vf2. All right, this angle beta, so this angle also will be beta. From symmetry we can see that. All right, the relative velocity will be like this, which is vr2, and when we complete this triangle we get another velocity component, which is u2, which is tangential velocity of this impeller at outlet. Let's assume this angle as phi. Alright, so this angle will also be phi. So this is the velocity triangle of an centrifugal pump. where V1 is absolute velocity of water at inlet, U1 is tangential velocity of impeller at inlet, VR1 is relative velocity of water at inlet, and theta and alpha is corresponding angle making by or made by these velocity with one another or with each other. V2 is absolute velocity of water at outlet. VW2 is tangential component of absolute velocity of water at outlet. VF2 is vertical component of absolute velocity at outlet. VR2 is relative velocity of water at outlet, and U2 is tangential velocity of impeller at outlet. So this is all about the velocity triangle of centrifugal pump. In next video, we will drive an expression for work done of centrifugal pump. Thanks for watching.